Well, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We are live, and I still have to set up. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. It's been a busy week for me. A very busy week. Right behind me, we've got the Old Bay District sitting out there. And over here, we're going to put some roofs on these buildings and get them finished up. This right here is a little VoIP phone that they sent me to review. I'm reviewing this. It's kind of cool. $2.99 a month for a full-featured phone that will send you messages to your email address. That's pretty neat. $2.99. Can't beat that. I don't know. So that review will be coming up on another channel, on the Ron Pare channel. I also was doing something this week during a few interviews that I've been working on. I hope you've had time to check out the Hank Chen interview that we put up this morning. This thing that I've been working on is the historical way for making old barn boards is to use wood, texture it, and put ink and alcohol in it like this. It looks kind of dark, kind of blackish. And I didn't think that was a good way to do. I thought that we could do better. We could strive for more. So as we're working on this, I started thinking to myself, I wonder how that's working. There's no internet connection over on that computer. So been taking these boards here and they're then making a gray stain for the wood, and as you can see, it's starting to look really nice with these barn boards now. Look, got that real gray look to them. So that's one of the things I've been working on behind the scenes. Just doing some experiments, making sure that the information that I pass along to you is sound. Looks like we've got 3 people watching, and if you're from a unique part of the world, pop into the chat over to the side, over this side. I don't know which side it says it. Well, over that side or that side, there's a chat. And tell us where you're from. Also, if you appreciate these videos, if you like what you're watching, look down in the description of the video and check out patreon.com, or also check out the PayPal information there for donating towards the channel. What you get when you donate to the channel is my unrelenting support, just like Patrick Rivard, Latvia. Right on. Thanks for watching. Also got those twitchy things all set up. If you follow along, you'll get a little alert there. So what we're going to be doing today is putting some roof on these buildings here. God damn. Water Street Dock Kit by Carolina Craftsman Kits. Got to get the roofs on so that we can move on to chimneys and billboards. This kit has some billboards and signs on the kits, and that's going to be fun. But we got to first get some roofing onto these kits, and that's going to happen today. Now, off camera, I painted these windows a two-tone white and purple. Not really. I wished that my clapboard purple would have been a lighter color. I tried to do the dull coat fade with alcohol. That didn't really quite work on the first try. I'm going to try it again with a different kind of dull coat, and I'm going to try to use straight alcohol with that. Like I said, we're going to do some roofing today, and let's get into it. I got my paint sheet here. I get our planks out of the way. If you are a fan of Gundam, Japanese scale art, or anything like that, you might be interested in checking out the Just Another Scale Modeler channel on YouTube, where we interviewed Hank Chen. That came out this morning. And I had a lot of fun doing that interview. It was actually kind of really hard because Hank is from Taiwan. And we had to work through a translator and all that jazz. So that is really quite interesting. And we're starting to make it to the bottom of the bucket here for this kit. So, Krolkins, I hope I got your name right, is from Latvia. Thanks for watching, Krolkins. Please follow the channel there on Twitch if you like what you see. If you want to become a supporter, all the info's down there. Hey Billy, thanks for showing up. You don't have to stay. It's all good. So, Krolkins over on Twitch.tv You might notice that I'm talking to people that are not on your chat. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm doing a multi-chat. We're streaming to 3 places. We'll flip our chat over here to the 3 places so you can see we're going to twitch.tv, Just Another Scale Modeler, Ron Pare on YouTube, and Just Another Scale Modeler on YouTube. So that's how that's all working out. I'm just trying to make sure. Looks like we're getting all janky. I've been having problems with my OBS this week. I hope everything's all good on this thing. Try to pull out some of these. I'll open this up. Sorry if this derps us up a bit, but we gotta make sure that we're to make sure that we are not screwing up because we have too many things running. Okay. Well, hopefully that's settled us down a bit. So it's probably going to be a short episode today. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Today I got a bit of a late start. I like to start it around 3 o'clock, but today I wasn't able to do so because I was trying to do my breaks outside, and tell you the truth, I was doing too much swearing. Too many rusted bolts as it is. Get some tools out here. I want to thank my patron supporters and our people who've been donating via the system. Just to let you know, you see Patrick's name scrolling across there in the bottom. That's because Patrick donated through the system that is down in the chat, or down in the description. You can find that down there. So because of that, we were able to get some supplies. Huh. Okay, looks like this card is a little big. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing what I just did with a knife. Oh, my son took off my scissors. I'll be right back. Sorry. Let's try to get this Twitch music up. so we can listen to some tunes. Shall we? Come on.
Last time we spoke, you were saying so. Now you're hitting me up like what's going on? You must have forgot how you did me wrong. One of us wrong. I got the X-ray vision.
Yeah, wrong channel. Wrong channel.
I got the X-ray vision. I got the
Twitch music list. Library. There we go. Sorry I don't have this all set up right away. But that's just the way we roll around here. If you have any questions about what kind of glue I'm using, what have you, I hope those aren't bleeding into each other. I gotta run and grab the scissors. Be right back. There we are. I'm not going to spend too much time measuring this out because it's just a roof. Just a roof. This roof line gets covered by shingles. I actually haven't decided. It looks like one side of the roof is longer than the other side. There we go. Yeah, that'll work nice. Yeah, so this first big card's not cut to size. Oh! I know you guys been waiting with bated breath over my glue experiment. So how's this? We got Eileen's tacky glue, white. We got this cheap glue from Canadian Tire, their basic white brand glue, also white. And then over here, look at this. Now that is Weld Bond glue. We can look through the... Ah, I just broke the door. That was not part of the show. Alright, we'll just deal with that. So as you can see, this is why, look at that. Some nice Weld Bond glue, perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. You can see the purple through it on the camera. Unbelievable! So, and this is the Eileen's. Down on the bottom is the Eileen's. We'll pull this off. Well, you can't even see through it. And actually, it's the same. It turned out the exact same as this other glue, except for this other glue seems to be a little bit more transparent. Like where it goes thin. This is the Canadian Tire no-name brand glue, and I can see through it. It's a little opaque, while the Eileen's is clearly white. And maybe that's because it was a thicker coat. It's a thicker kind of glue, so if it came out, it's kind of thin down here. I don't know. It's just the consistencies of these glues are different, but they obviously went white, and you do not want to put those on your windows. Whereas the Weld Bond glue is see all through the. I even put Weld Bond on these big windows that I said the week before that you couldn't. You can see my finger through it. Super duper nice. Super duper. Hello, Joel. I hope you were able to see that interview that I did with Tank Chen. He's a Gundam guy. Might be an opportunity for you to check out a great modeler. Where's my fresh bottle of glue? There we go. There we go. Nice fresh bottle of glue. Was able to do that because of the super duper clear Weld Bond glue. Patrick Rivard kindly sent us a donation of $50. Now, I'm not putting the glue on the card, I'm putting it on the roof walls, because when I sit the glue down, I want to hold it for about probably about 30 seconds, so it can tack up. So just because tacky's not in the name, it doesn't mean that this glue doesn't bond up really quick for you. So hope everything's going well in your side of the world. Awesome, Joel. I saw you got your bike on the road. Just a good rule of thumb to get your eyes underneath to make sure the roof lines look fairly straight. Even though a lot of this can be hidden by the shingle or the roofing treatment that you use, it's good just to make sure it looks kind of straight. Now, so until you guys get me a type of glue that dries perfectly clear and I test it out, we're going to be constantly promoting this stuff, because this is the stuff that saved my bacon more than a few times. So I'll just hold that for a couple of seconds, and she's holding, man. She's holding good. This card looks like it's already set up, so we'll just Weld Bond on the old applicator. This is the applicator. I purchased it at birth. Also great for picking noses. Now we're hoping to be able to go to a couple of shows this summer in fall. I got the wife set up. She's starting to put together the fund. We're taking a bit of our monthly contributions by Patreon and the donation to go to these shows. I was thinking about doing a t-shirt promotion. Kind of like the t-shirt that you see me wear. You see, these shirts are real nice from here on up, but here on down they got ink and alcohol, paint stains, and everything else on them. Your average glue would never hold like this. And as you can see underneath here, a little bit of glue squeezed out. And I'm just going to let that set up a little bit. And then I'll come back with my knife after the card has dried a bit. And we'll scrape it off. Because as long as it's still white in color, you can muck with it. Hello, Infinity Gaming. Light tan building is called the Soggy Dock Bar. I forget what this one's called. They all have nameplates, and they'll come to light. Kind of looks like a wine place or a pet hospital or something. I don't know. But here's kind of the hard part, because I got to figure out which roof cards are which, because I threw them all in the same bag like a dum-dum. Infinity Gaming on YouTube is watching. Judicious23 on Twitch is also watching. Thanks for watching, buddy. Always glad to have you around. I heard you've been playing that Roblox with me boy. Oh no. Okay. So the card on our back roof is a little short. I might have the wrong parts here. It's a possibility. However, I'm going to glue this one side in, and we're going to make it work. Because that's the way we roll. Because really, in the end, all we're going to do is we're going to be putting roofing over top of this stuff. So I don't see why it would be a problem for me to just stick this here like this and pop a piece of glue underneath. That's what I'll do. go. Now, I know I cut 2 pieces off. Oh well, we're just gonna leave this like this. And I might put some rolled roofing on the back of that. Oh, I gotta glue this door in because I mucked that up. Heck is that? Right on. Judicious does all the things. You got all the things in that chat. You know what, Joelle? That's awesome. And make sure that you put a maximum of $1 per month, because I post 4 videos a month. Okay, and if you do a maximum of $1, that means you just contribute $1 and they'll leave that as it is. You'll just do $1. And I'm cool with that. And your name will probably come up on the thingamajigger. And I've been assured, I don't know where I got that word, but I've been assured that that's not derogatory, that word, thingamajig. I know I had one person question me one night, but my supporters came to me rescue. I think with the Urban Dictionary or something. So yeah, that piece of card was a little bit too short. But as you can see, look how fast that glue dries. I just turned around to try to fix this door over here, and all that white glue that you seen on top there, go back in the videos, just a few seconds. It's dried already. That's rock and roll, man. So we're gonna set this to the side so it can dry up. I'll pull this one out. I want to get this little tip out glued on the back of the structure. Gotta let me know if that music is too loud. I kinda like to have something to listen to. Yeah, it is a bit like whatchamacallit. Ah! You hear me? Just scream like a girl. Alright, this little card tip out, it's made out of cardboard. It's just wee bitty, but to glue it up against the wall, I don't want to put lots of glue on the cardboard because it'll malform it. So I'm gonna put some wood sticks in here, let them set up, and then we'll glue it onto the wall. Lickety split. There's another one for you. Lickety split. Yeah, I have a feeling, Joel, you're gonna really like that interview I did with Hank Chen. When I got into doing the interview with him, I started off by wanting to do it because I saw one photograph and a person who I also wanted to interview was a fan of his. But the guy who I wanted to interview was like this new, he's just like an international sensation now. So it really became a bit of a drag to try to do the interview. So I decided to interview one of the people he's a fan of. You know, just to be able to get the job done and still do a, you know, large scale type interview, and ended up turning out great.
Nobody seems worth it. A lot of feeling sophisticated. The view is so restrained.
We got a bunch of roofing materials over here, but they're going on these 3 houses, so gotta figure this out. So I know this one goes on this one, remember that. So that means this one goes on this one. This needs to be cut out. I just started using a number 11 blade. I never liked them before because the pin vise that is part of the number 11 blade, the old ones, it's too small. And early on in my modeling career, I had one break off and cut me upside the face here. And I got bad eyes already, so it was like, forget it. I'm not going to use some device that people are telling me to use because it's a hobby standard. I'm just going to go use a normal utility blade. You don't know if it worked, eh? Let me check. I will check. Well, it hasn't showed up yet. Don't freeze on me, you bugger. Come on. Cameras are all frozen. What the heck's going on with ya? Alright, kick back in. There's something going on with OBS. I tried to do a full interview this week and it failed on me. Joel is a patron. $1. Dun 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 dun. Worked. That worked. It didn't come up on my email. It sure enough came up there. Thank you very much, Joel Karma. That's awesome. Every little bit counts. Every little bit helps support the cause. The cause. Every dollar supports the cause. So like I was saying, this tacks up really quickly. And look, we glued the square stock to the cardboard and to the wall, and it's all it's done deal. So my challenge is still out there for you guys. If you've got a better glue, you put it up there in the chat or put it in my email, perry.ron@gmail.com. And I use the same digits everywhere. So if you got a better glue, you tell me about it. We'll experiment with it. We'll put it up against the weld bond. Okay, one of these cards is bigger than the other. Just find out which roof is bigger than the other. So this little biggie goes over here with you. This one goes with you, I think. But we're going to have to cut you down. Where do you guys go? You go on here. You go on here. And then we got you left. There's always one piece left over, isn't there? I don't know, I maybe forgot it somewhere, so we'll just put this one to the side. Looks like we might have to cut this one down a wee bit. Surely we don't want that big. Sure matter. Don't worry, Joelle, you don't worry. Hey, you know what? If you want to give more, you just have to be my town crier there in the chat. You know? Because the people out there, they need to know, don't they? There's one thing I see people do, these Twitch streamers do, is they have their supporters, helping them out so that they don't have to sit there and beg for money. So if you can't afford to contribute, passing it on is a great way to help out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put another, try another version of OBS, because ever since they did their last update, I've been getting really high loads on my stream. And the interview we did this week, I record my screen with OBS so that we can do the interviews. And one of the interviews was an hour long, and it didn't record because the program crashed on us. So that was really crappy. So we're gonna have I have a couple of more interviews to do, but I'm gonna try to sort out what's going on with OBS in the meantime. What are you doing, yo? So I need you guys, if there's anything going on in the stream that I don't know about, if the music's too loud, if the music's crappy, it's crappy, let me know. Joelle, feel free to share that on the Modelers Guild. You joined the Modelers Guild this week on Facebook. You're going to find that there's a lot of experts there, a lot of modelers of all types. You got lots of highly talented modelers coupled with people trying to learn. We also got a guy over there who's like a comic book colorist. He's like full into doing comic books and stuff like that. He goes to Comic-Con and does autographs and stuff like that. I don't want to say his name because he's a little bit keeps himself private, I think. Thanks, Joelle. So there's a lot of talent there, and you know, you might not notice it because you might, like, we're all very nice. We don't we're not going to ignore you, which that's a thing that happens on many sites. You'll put your stuff up and you won't get any feedback at all, you know. Like, you know, as me sitting here doing these things, I'm sharing tips. I'm showing you real tips. Like the Weld Bond Challenge. You find me the glue that does better than Weld Bond, and I'll start using it. We'll all start telling everybody about it. The glue's got to be cheaper or available in all locations. The Weld Bond kind of gets hard to get some places, but if you really look for it, you'll find it. And actually, if you contact Frank T. Ross and Sons or go to weldbond.com, they'll probably be able to tell you where you can get the product. Actually, Joel, my friend who's the comic book guy, he comes into the live stream chats too. I'll tell you who he is on Facebook, but I don't like to you know, it's nice to have your anonymity when you're a famous person, so I don't want to be the one who tells people about what he does. He calls me on the telephone and we talk about my antics. He gave me some nice tips. He showed me a video. He posted a video on my Facebook earlier this week on a carnival, and then he gave me a call to tell me that it was up there to check it out, so I didn't erase it. And he's just a real cool, down-to-earth guy. Our real glass is still sticking in there nice. Glued it in with scenic glue. I can't believe that. I find it funny sometimes, the little things that come out of my head. And then to find out that they work. I wouldn't use scenic glue of any other type of glue either. This is my Weld Bond scenic glue. I don't know. It's like I said, you gotta experiment with these things, and I've experimented with Weld Bond to the point where I know darn well it works. Weld bold. Is that spelled correctly, or you mean weld bond? Because that it might. I wonder who makes weld bold. Check on the back of the bottle. Is it Frank T. Ross and Sons? Maybe there's a reason that it's called a different kind in Texas. That'd be interesting to figure out. And yes, Mr. Jason is a real cool guy. Actually, he was doing this. He did a post the other day, talking about autographing these posters that he does. Like he gets these drawings in the line art form, the ink, pen and ink stage, and he colorizes them. And he's taken them to Comic-Con. And he called me up. I didn't want to ask him for one. I was too nervous. But here on the live stream, Jason, if you watch this during your old thing, if you're watching right now, I'd love one of those, dude. Gonna keep my fingers on this for a couple of seconds while it sets up. All it takes is a few seconds for this stuff to set up, and this is a beauty feature. So it does have a lot of the capabilities that Eileen's Tacky has, except for the finish. It really didn't come out all that clear at all. I'm going to go try to get some Elmer's glue too. We're going to try to figure that out, see if there's see if it comes out clear, and also see if it tacks up just as quick as this glue here. You might see me come up to the screen real close. I don't have good eyes. Yeah, right on. Was a typo. I wasn't being so bold by pointing it out. Sorry about that. You know, for a while there, I was putting weld bond over top of the acetate for my windows so that it would, you know, kind of have a clear background on it so that I could paint window blinds on the windows. But now I just paint on the back of the glue. No big deal. But you're right, it does work to put weld bond onto the acetate and then plop your windows on. Except the thing is that when you're doing glue windows, the reason why you're doing it is because you're lazy. And you don't want to cut out your acetate windows to be perfectly the same size as the opening of your titchy windows or whatever they are. So that's the reason why I do it. However, I could pull out a model that I built in 2008, and it's been sitting up in the rafters over there. The windows were done with weld bond, and they are still just as clear as the day I did them up. So there's that. We got looks like we got 10 people watching. Please let us know where you are from. We already had somebody from Latvia, New Zealand, Texas. I want to thank everybody for watching. Tomorrow night I'm going to be trying to come on at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central. I was a little late today. I tried to come on at around 3 o'clock on Saturdays, but I've been working pretty crazy hours and trying to do the brakes on my car. Damn bolts are rusted to hell, so gonna have to pay a mechanic $100 to get that fixed up. We've got a cordless impact wrench at the shop, and I tried that out. I used all the stuff. I did everything except for heating up the bolts with the torch. So I don't know. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to Claire Gilbert's Sylvan Scale Models. They're having a 25th anniversary party. The Sylvan Scale Models makes resin cars and boats and trucks and all kinds, like hundreds of different vehicles, and they're all available in the Walters catalog. If you've seen that guy on the Walters catalog, he lives just down the street from me. So I'm gonna go visit him on his special day. I'm gonna bring some near beer so I can look like I'm drinking. Yeah, 1/4-inch scale is easy to cut these down. Cut down easier, actually, because it's like the bigger it is, it's kind of easier to plop it down and get the sizes marked down. And that glue over top, you put a very thin coat. It'll look like float glass too. Yeah, you're right. It won't look old. Aw, man, it was Kansas. I keep on forgetting. Kansas. Don't. Yeah, I don't think your chopper is as rusty as my old 2001 Chrysler Sebring. That Chrysler Sebring goes like a bat out of hell. Well, that means the brakes go too. It's got 4-wheel caliper brakes, and the bolts holding the calipers on are rusted on, fixed. Yeah, I'll blast it with a hammer. I'll try it out. I'm not really a car guy, I tell you that much. I'll work on it. Like, I'll make the attempt. I took it to the shop. It's just not my thing, I guess. I get too challenged. Too challenged. So on the top you can see that there's a hole and stuff like this, but this is going to be covered by shingles. And then on the edges, we're also going to put trim on the outside of the building. So, and I was asked on Facebook, why did you leave all the roofs off the building? Well, this is the reason why. Basically, is because I like to come back and do all the roofs all at once. Oops. I gotta do some putzing around over here. Forgot to cut the corners off on our corner trim. And just goes to show, think outside the box every once in a while. I could have cut my finger off with that number 11 blade. Nice set of shear scissors. Worked nice. Nice! We got a bunch of people watching the call. Feel free to jump in and ask your questions or tell us where you're from. I love to find out where everybody's from. Garden City, Kansas, New Zealand, Latvia. I had the first person watching today was from Latvia. That was pretty cool. I've never seen that name on here before. And if you're on the other channels, please consider going over to Just Another Scale Modeler on YouTube, because I just released a video with a Gundam large scale kind of real life kind of modeler guy, Hank Chen. It was a lot of fun. He's a truly genius and talented artist. He wouldn't be on at this time because it's the middle of the night there. Now I like to grab my fingers and put them in on each side so I can kind of center it as I put it down. Now that it's on there, I can come back and check to see if the roof lines are looking good. And they are. I'll try PB Blaster. I've got Penetrant. I don't know exactly which one it is. Yeah, I got a couple of buddies who are car guys. They're constantly doing that stuff. they're constantly driving down south into the States to find cars too. We live in the land of salt and honey, or is that the way it goes? Lots of ice in the winter, so we get lots of salt here. So, you know, usually the cars we get here, there's a lot of elbow grease that has to go into cleaning them up. If you're just coming into the video now, I see a couple of you coming in. Consider coming back and watching the full video. These videos are chock full of tips and tricks. Earlier in the video showed some barn board stain techniques I'm experimenting on. We also showed our experiments with glue, the fails, and the heroes. Now we're not going to put roofing on this back little tip out here because I got to put the rolled paper and then put battens over top of it, and that's going to be kind of like a fiddly thing that I got to do piece by piece. Tomorrow night we're going to do a longer stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a hangout because our recording software is really screwing up bad. I would have done a hangout tonight too it's just crapping out on us. And I don't know if you've been seeing it on the other side, but it's kind of freezing up on my side. I don't know if it's probably coming out that way on your side too. I hope it isn't. We're just going to leave this on the edge here like this. Whew! Yeah, it's freezing on that end. Yeah. So we're going to make this a short episode because I don't really like having the crap end on that crap performances. And I'm going to try to fix OBS tomorrow morning. I got a go back out to the fields this afternoon. I got probably about 3 shifts left. However, tomorrow is supposed to be rain here, so that means that we probably won't be on the fields. It might actually mean that we do an all-nighter. I hate the all-nighters. I'll tell you, because, you know, I start to drink it around around midnight, whether I like it or not. When I'm up that late, I start to drink. The way the old Rose start doing one of these. Oh well. Nobody sees it unless you're in a plane. All of these buildings were painted on the live streams in the last few weeks, Joel. Well, this purple building I painted during this week, in between shifts. I'm going to take this. You know what? Those are probably parts of a billboard. That's probably what those are for. I'm cutting them up like a fool. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We got this little spot here that didn't really get filled in, and I suspect that I screwed up and used a part that should have been on a billboard. But the thing is, the difference between this card and cereal box ain't no real difference at all anyways, so I don't know. Wer ziel's leven wissen, as the Amish used to say to me. Who will ever know? So, we got about an hour and 20 minutes in here. I want to thank you for watching. If you're around tomorrow night, Sunday, around 9 o'clock Eastern time, please consider coming into the call. Come and ask questions, cause trouble. I don't know. I'll have some footage of my visit over at Claire's. I heard some people who don't like me are going to be going there, so we might even actually get some drama on camera. That might be fun. If I put that drama up on my YouTube channel, maybe they'll stop playing their games. Huh? Non-acid construction paper. I'll look into that. Well, sorry for the small stream. I usually like to do 2 hours, but trouble in the hood. Yeah. But thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I'll put a thing in the chat. Bye for now. Damn thing's freezing again. The hell? Ah. What a pain in the ass. Go on. Wake up.